Hello, everyone. News Channel 3, Chief Meteorologist Keith Thompson with a live weather update for you on YouTube and Facebook on this Monday evening. I hope your Monday has gone well. The good news is you just about put it to bed, literally. And so we can chalk that one or erase that one off of our calendar. Now, whatever you want to say. We're done with Monday. There you go. Next up, of course, Tuesday. We got to work our way through these days to get to next weekend. So thank you so much for making this a part of your Monday evening plan. Very much appreciated. So let's talk about what we have going on as folks are starting to come into the room here. You see what we have on the agenda. Chris, always good to see you there in Coopersville. Thanks for checking in. We got some up and down temps that we're talking about here. And as I posted on my News Channel 3 Facebook page, shameless plug, WWMT's Keith Thompson, posted the 7-day about half an hour ago, and the caption was more up and down temperatures this week. We've certainly been accustomed to those. But the caption also read there's more down than up, because later on in the week we're going to be getting a little bit cooler, a little bit colder. In the meantime, we have another Herbie alert, another Herbie-Kirby alert, but this is a low level. I'm going to give it a 2. Remember, it's subjective. If you're wondering, well, what is the criterion there? Well, it sort of is how I feel it's going to be. Tomorrow, I think we could see a few gusts, maybe to 30. I don't think it's going to be widespread, heavy winds, high winds. So it's only a level 2. You'll see. And then, you know, I would say like a 40-mile-per-hour wind is about a level 3. You know, once you get up 40 plus to around 50, level 4, and then level 5, of course, is when we're looking at some gusts of 60 or something like that, which happens every now and then. Dr. Coyote in the house from downtown Mendon. Thanks for checking in for the good doctor. Hey, Carla, thank you for being here. I'm going to give a few more minutes here for some folks to get in, but you see what we've got. I'm going to squeeze myself back here so we can make that graphic a little bigger. A Herbie alert tomorrow. Cold weekend ahead. Cold weekend ahead. So we have those up and down temperatures here over the next few days. It's going to be cold on Thursday, but really a pretty bland, quiet pattern here until we get to the weekend. Then it's going to get cold and a little bit snowy. And as I say here on the slate that you can see, it's targeted lake effect. You know, I mean, that lake effect goes wherever the wind steers it, right? Or the wind directs it. And in this particular case, it's looking like a north wind, about a 350 to 355 degree wind. That's almost due north. That's going to be bringing cold air right down the big lake. This is going to be Saturday into Sunday. And that's going to favor then maybe westernmost Van Buren County. If you're thinking about the mitten and how it's shaped there with the lake, you know, it sort of goes in a little bit around Ottawa, Muskegon, Oceana counties there. But then as you follow it south, it sort of comes back out a little bit. Berrien, Allegan, Van Buren counties, especially Van Buren and Berrien counties. But in this case, I think with about a 355 degree wind there, we're talking about more Berrien County than anything else. And actually more than Berrien County, we're talking about northern Indiana. Why does that matter? Because that means this weekend, if you're planning on driving to Chicago, if you're thinking about 80-90, if you're thinking about I-94, then a couple of things. First, stay up with what's going on. 2, download our free weather app. And 3, if you do go, you're probably going to have to drive through some hefty snow bands. So that's something to keep in mind. Hey, this is Monday. That's Saturday. We have a few days to work it out, but that's the way it's looking right now. Gwen, good evening to you. Ryan and Jackson taking down your Christmas lights on Sunday. You did or you did? Yeah, you're going to next Sunday. Yeah, it's going to be cold and snowy, so maybe you can play some jingle bells in the background, right? Crystal. Happy Monday to you too. Monday for sure, right? Monday. What is it? Monday. Something about that day. I'm a boomer, right? I should know that song. Deb, beautiful day in Decatur. Beautiful day all around today. Wonderful. Linda, hello to you. Love that sunshine today. Wasn't it nice? Thomas, why do you think the temperatures have been going up and down a lot? Well, you know, it is January. And so we've got the battle, you know, still going on. I mean, well, there's no battle going on here. We're having these storms that are very typical this high in the latitudes there. You know, we're about, 42, 43 degrees latitude here. We're far enough up the globe where we get these storms coming down repeatedly. And sometimes our weather, of course, is influenced. Our weather is always influenced by the jet stream. But the jet, for example, out west might take a big ride up over the Rockies, big old area of high pressure out here that forces that jet to go down. But then it flattens out. So it's just weather patterns. I don't think it's any more up and down than it normally is. To be honest, it's a good question, Thomas. I don't think it's any more up and down than it normally is. This is pretty typical for January. What would be atypical, but what could happen, of course, is either A, we get stuck in a rut where the jet stream is riding up to our north and we stay well above average for a long time, or we get what is, I think, inaccurately called, but whatever, the polar vortex. Whenever there's a bend in that vortex and there's a chunk or whatever of cold air that comes down, 2014, February, we stayed in that pattern for like a month. And boy, was it cold and snowy. So I think typically this is pretty typical weather for us, Thomas. Good question, though. Linda, hello to you. Thanks for the thanks. Greg made it back to the icebox. Oh, back from Fort Myers. Rude awakening. Hey, tomorrow it's going to be 44. I don't want to hear about it. But by the weekend, I get it. By the weekend, you're going to be like, what? Ashley, hello to you. Thanks for checking in. I'm Muskegon. Appreciate it very much. Lori, good evening to you in Galesburg. Kathleen, thanks for the thanks. I appreciate it. Laura, and I do appreciate that too. Not too bad in Centerville right now. Thanks. And hello to the heart of St. Joe County. County seat right there. Friday looking, we have my aunt's funeral in Zeeland. Well, first of all, condolences to you. I think Friday's going to be a little bit on the snowy side there, Ashley. Let's see, what is the date on Friday? Got to look it on the papers here. For the 16th. I think you'll probably be all right. Yeah, I think you'll be all right. Some snow showers, but I don't think it's going to be 16th, right? So we said 16th. Yeah, I think maybe a couple of inches of snow. I don't think it'll be debilitating. Temperatures will be a little bit cold on that Friday. What are we looking at here? We have a southwest wind, though, so it might warm us up a bit. We'll be at about 30 for a high. So I don't think it's going to be too bad, actually. I don't think it's going to be too bad. So thank you for checking in. And again, our thoughts are with you. David, your Herbie is on the street for collection tomorrow. I think it'll stay put. Like I said, this is sort of a low level one, David, in my opinion. Anyway, Janet, Monday. Can't trust that day. It's Herman's Hermits. I love it. Thanks. Boomers to the rescue. That's right. Monday. Can't trust that day. Yeah. Anyway, I'm trying to think of the course. I will say Herman's Hermits because I'm a little bit, I'm at the end of the boomer run. So Herman's Hermits was something that I would maybe remember hearing on the radio when my older sister would be driving or something like that. Jeanette, hello, cold water. I love it. David, hello to you. Up and down is normal up to 60. Not so much. You're right about that. Joanne, hello to you. Liking tomorrow's temps. I get it. Thomas, you're very welcome. Linda, Mamas and the Papas. Was that the Mamas and the Papas? Oh, I don't know. We gotta have to. I can't Google search while I'm on here. So somebody's got to check that out. Now that I think of it, I don't think it was Herman and the Hermits because I don't think they had a female singer in Herman and the Hermits. Yeah, I think it is. Is it the Mamas and the Papas? I'm sorry, I'm getting off track here. All right, Christina, hello to you coming home from Puerto Rico on Thursday. Oh man, what do we got on Thursday? Oh, a high of 23. Oh, you're going to step out of the airport and you're going to say, what? Yeah. Well, Christina, enjoy your trip back. Thanks for checking in from Puerto Rico and enjoy that warm air. Ryan, polar vortex coming back. Let me take a look at that and see. Maybe. I will say this, the next cold spell that's going to settle in here on the 17th, which is Saturday, is going to be sticking around until about Monday, right? And then it's going to relent. We'll be warming up a bit, but then another shot of what could be even colder air arrives about a week from Wednesday. So about 8 or 9 days out. But you know what? You know how I feel about that. That's a long way out. Lori, that's for sure. You got to love it, right? Roller coaster temps are rough on employees. I hear you there, Joanne. David, our daughter turned 1 on Sunday. Love it. Love it. That's good. And happy birthday to her. Thanks for the thanks, Ashley. Appreciate it. Sunny days are nice, aren't they? Okay, Mamas and the Papas. I think that's what we're going with there on that song, right? Jesse, hello to you in the Berg. Thanks for checking out or checking in. Connect in Coldwater and Branch County. Everything good here? Thanks for checking in. And come on back. Michael, what's the projected snowfall this late week and weekend? Well, for later in the week, I don't think it's a whole heck of a lot. What do I got going on here? For Friday, Saturday, Sunday, now remember, all bets are, well, not all bets, but the bets are off a little bit for the lake effect. But if you're looking at Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which on the calendar is going to be 16, 17, 18, we're looking at, I could see a couple of inches of snow on Friday, and then there's going to be some lake effect for you there, Michael, over the weekend. But I want to show you. Let's get to it. I'm sorry, I'm just yapping here. Let me get to what's going on. Here's our school bus forecast because I want to show you the 7-day and talk about that targeted lake effect. Okay, yeah, it was the Mamas and the Papas, Dr. Coyote. Thanks. All right, for Tuesday at the bus stop, a light mix, and I'm talking light if there's anything, sprinkles and flurries. 32, not problematic. There's no problem, I don't think, on the roads tomorrow morning. You're good. And heading home, there could be a shower or two. I'm going to show you that on the hour by hour. In the meantime, a high of 44. Here's my Herbie alert for tomorrow afternoon. As you can see, it's a low level here, low level, level 2, because gusts maybe up to 30. That would be in the afternoon. All right, let's go hour by hour. Starting off tomorrow morning, 6 o'clock, cloudy, and look at these temps. Low to mid 30s. You want to be thankful for something, be thankful for a nice commute in the morning, or at least a quiet commute in the morning. May get a shot of that little rain snow mix in the morning as you saw sort of zip by around 9, 10 o'clock. But again, fleeting, not any really thing to it. Tomorrow afternoon, quiet, cloudy. Tomorrow night, maybe a few sprinkles. And then now watch what happens Wednesday. Look at this. Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, we're looking at about 40-ish, okay? Watch what happens to our temperatures. Remember, midnight, 40-ish. Temps go up during the day, right? No, they don't. Not on Wednesday. Wednesday morning, we're gone down from 39 to about 29, so we've dropped about 10 degrees, starting to see a little bit of snow. And then by noon, I'm supposed to stop at noon, we're down another couple of degrees. We're in the mid to upper 20s, and this is coming on a north wind. And so do you see those snow bands? Look at that, set up over the lake, and then where are they aiming? Like I said, westernmost Van Buren County, maybe westernmost Cass County, but Berrien County, and then into northwest Indiana. South Bend over to Michigan City, Hammond, likely to get some of that action. So like I said, but I don't think there's going to be a heck of a lot on this one. But you see the cold air sort of focusing some of that snow. And look at this, Wednesday evening, we're going to be down into the upper teens to around 20. So that's what we're looking at on the hour by hour. Let me move on here. Temps right now are in the low to mid 30s. Like I said, there's really nothing going on out there right now. So let's get to that 7-day. So here's what we got going on. Tomorrow, maybe a sprinkle or flurry during the day, high of 44. There's nothing happening. Be nice to have some sun, but too much to ask. We had some today. That's our weekly allotment. Wednesday, falling temperatures. So that 30 is going to be in the morning. Probably more like mid 30s, but then those temps are diving. And by Thursday morning, we're going all the way down into the mid teens. Now, the good news is it's dry air coming. And so we'll see some sunshine developing, I think, on Thursday, but it's going to be cold on Thursday. We start to warm up on Friday, and that's when another snowmaker comes in. And on Friday, I don't think we're looking at a whole heck of a lot of snow on Friday. Yeah, maybe a couple of inches. However, behind that on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, with that cold air, you see those cold temperatures on a north wind. That's when I think we could have some lake effect snow bands draped across I-94 and I-80-90 there at the southern tip of Lake Michigan. If that were to happen, like I said, if you've got some plans that are going to have you driving over on I-94 or I-80-90 over to northeast Illinois, aka Chicago, then you want to stay in touch with us on that. I missed a lot of comments there, and I apologize for that. So let me scroll back just a little bit. Let's see. Where did I leave off? Dr. Coyote, I got the mamas and the papas there. Christine, I don't know what that YouTube is. I'm hoping that that's the link to the YouTube part of the conversation. Janet, okay, there you go. That's all right, Janet. That's all right. That's all right. Herman and the Hermits. It's always good to get a Herman and the Hermits comment in a weather chat, right? Andy, happy new week to you too. Thanks so much. Yeah, temperatures up and down, not good for the allergies. And those temperatures are up and down because we have these areas of low pressure that are alternating with the areas of high pressure. High pressure, low, high, low, high, low. And as I've talked before, those with joint aches, with muscle pain, or with headaches or migraines that are either caused by or exacerbated, made worse by pressure changes. This is a rough time of year, and we're going to be going through a few more of those between now and early next week. Thanks, Pam, and good evening to you too. Wilson in the house. Good night to you. Thanks. Sun was beautiful today, wasn't it? Hey, Laura's in the house. Hey, hello to you. A happy Palm Coast Day to you there. Jesse, how bad for Metro Connect tomorrow morning for the bus stop? You all right? You should be all right. Beautiful, sunshiny day. You're very welcome, Jan. I wish I could take credit for bringing it, but I can't. David saw the sun peek out for a minute yesterday. That was surprising. Oh, no. Yeah, stay tuned, David. Stay tuned. Christina, can't unsee this forecast. How I have to be drugged to the airport kicking and screaming. I'm so sorry. So sorry there, Christina. You're very welcome, Michael. GVSU NCAA track meet this weekend. Oh, cool. Well, at GVSU, I don't think you're going to have any problem, Jennifer, because you're going to be in Kent County there, so you're going to be east of the action. And in fact, really, I think Ottawa County, Chris, sorry, bad news for you there, but I think Muskegon, Ottawa County, really Allegan, and like I said, all but the most western part of Van Buren County, I think is going to be in the clear over the weekend. But I do think that Berrien, Western Cass, and certainly Northwest Indiana, they're going to have their probably snowblower gassed up and ready to go. Dozen days to your birthday, Jesse. We'll count them down with you. Keep me up to speed on that. Yeah, you're right, David. You just have to take it easy, be careful, right? Being on Taco Tuesday with family and friends. Got it. Awesome. That sounds like a good night, if you ask me. Christine, I hope you have a great night, too, and thanks for the thanks. All right, everybody, there you see the 7-day. Sort of give you an idea of what's going on. I'm going to go ahead and skate out of here. It's 9:30 on the clock. I'll be live in half an hour on ARC, West Michigan. I'll be live in an hour and a half on the Mothership News Channel 3. Hope to catch you in one of those. If I don't forget that I am on Facebook, WWMT's Keith Thompson, on Instagram, Threads, X, and YouTube, the @Weatherman Keith, all lowercase, all one word, Weatherman Keith. You can find me there. My good buddy Colin Rogers is in for Jeffrey tomorrow morning, so treat him right. He's going to have the latest forecast model updates on what we got going on tomorrow and then into Wednesday, and then he'll have some fresh data for the upcoming weekend when I think we're going to have some colder air moving in. He'll be live from 4:30 to 9 a.m. He's got you again at noon. I'll pick you back up at 5:30, and 6 tomorrow evening, and Facebook Live right here tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. I'll be taking roll. I hope to see you here. Joanne, thank you so much. You're right. Tomorrow, another day. We'll have to see how it works out. They're active days this time of year for us, right? Jennifer, thanks for the thanks. And Susan, thank you for the thanks as well. All right, everybody. Have a great night. Thank you so much for being here. K&M got in right before the door closed. Good to see you. Thanks. I hope all is well with you. I'll be here again tomorrow night. And I hope you have a great night. Get some good rest. Monday's in the rearview mirror now. Let's hit Tuesday hard. And then, hey, before you know it, look at that. We're doing hump day Wednesday. And then, once we get that put behind us, smooth sailing to the weekend. So we already got it all planned out. All right, everybody, have a great night tonight. Be safe tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining us here or joining me here. And I hope to see you again tomorrow.